It was easy swimming the 1,000 yards, but it's the soreness of my back now. I mean, how out of shape? You swim 1,000 yards. I don't know, how many laps is that in an Olympic pool? I don't know. What is 1,000 yards? How much of a mile is that? Is that like 3/4 of a mile? Now do me a calculation. What's 1,000 yards? It's 1 kilometer. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. Why am I off talking about swimming a kilometer? But it's okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Thank you. All right. Let me get refocused here on the news we're covering. I looked at my sheet wrong. Greg Palast is coming up in 30 minutes. And I am still just reeling from the fact that illegal aliens rioted all over the United States, set fire to buildings, and knocked out more than 20 shop windows in Santa Cruz. They're running around with signs all over the news saying they're going to kill citizens, kill police. We've played audio, video of that. We've shown you the signs. It's just making my head spin. When Greg Palast joins us after I take some calls, I'm going to get into Greece gets $146 billion bailout rescue in EU IMF package and how that dovetails in with ECB president, European Central Bank president, favors global governance. That's Forbes. And then here's another one. For nations living the good life, the party's over, IMF says. See, the bankers say your good life is over. And they're selling you that it's your fault. Also, Greece erupts as men from IMF prepare to wield an axe and take their pension funds. The Times of London. And I heard CNN yesterday explaining how Greece deserves to have their pension funds taken and how they're the bad guys. Sure, the governments have been bought off. The public have made bad decisions. But 95%, we've had economists on that agree, of what happened here with the mortgage crisis wasn't mortgage crisis. It was derivatives, period. The media just claimed, oh, my gosh, we've got a big housing crisis. We've got a big problem. We've got to have trillions of dollars right now on October 3rd, or we're going to have a depression. And then October 4th, Henry Paulson, former Goldman Sachs head, he was Treasury Secretary at the time, said, we're not going to tell you where the money's going now, and it's not going to unfreeze the mortgage market. And the mortgage market is now is more frozen now than it was then. So I'm going to explain how this scam works in detail. And then coming up the next hour, and you guys make me do this, remind me, because we did a lot of work, you did a lot of work, getting clips out of Obama's commencement speech in Michigan and his White House press corps dinner, where he just went over the top with arrogance and in-your-face bravado, chutzpah, whatever you want to call it, hubris. That is coming up in the last hour amongst a lot of other important news. But your phone calls are coming up. Then I'm going to get into this Orwellian IRS ad that's running. Stay with us.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Dog chewed your remote control? Lost your remote? Or is your remote control just not working? Let ReplaceMeRemotes.com replace it or fix it for you. We carry a complete line of remote controls for all brands of TV, VCR, satellite, home audio, or DVD remotes, including old or hard-to-find remote controls. We also can repair or fix your remote. Visit ReplaceMeRemotes.com for all your remote control needs. Use coupon code ALEX for a 5% discount. Visit replacementremotes.com or call us at 336-377-2220. For all your remote control needs, visit replacementremotes.com at 336-377-2220. We also carry a complete line of hotel and hospital remotes.
ReplacementRemotes.com. ReplacementRemotes.com. If you need a remote control, ReplacementRemotes.com.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, I'm going to go back to your calls here in a few minutes. Then I am going to be interviewing for 30 minutes Greg Palast of the BBC, who 8 years ago exposed the derivative scam operation that Enron and Goldman Sachs and others had already set up, and how they were planning to bring down the Western world, just as they had brought down countless third world countries. He got the internal IMF World Bank documents, so we thought it'd be a good time to have Greg Palast back. Okay, everything the government does is about intimidation and setting up the system where the government's our mommy, our daddy, our big brother, with the billboards, with the fear, with the TV ads about tattling on your parents, tattling on your neighbors. Terrorists are under every table. They're going to get you. We're taking your rights away to keep you safe. So the message is we're going to protect you, but we're also going to take your guns so you can't protect yourself. And we want to intimidate you with the cameras and the surveillance and the tea parties with riot police and sound cannons at the events, and the media claiming anybody that's against the banking takeover or open borders is a terrorist, and the media covering up illegal aliens rioting nationwide. And remember this article from Fox News 2 years ago. Massachusetts police get black uniforms to instill sense of fear. Springfield's men in black are returning. The city's new police commissioner, William Fischette, says members of the department's street crime unit will again don black military-style uniforms as part of his strategy to deal with youth violence. And he went on to say, quote, this is that the sense of fear has been missing for the past few years, said Sergeant Don Delaney, told the city council hearing. So it's all about fear. And then every time we point out the government is terrorizing the public, trying to make us scared. And Obama said in a speech that we're going to play next hour that when you criticize the government, you're criticizing the American people. The people are the government in a democracy. No, they're not. We're a republic where if 51% say rob the other 49, you can't, because everyone's rights to private property and free speech and the right of defense are protected. And so when Obama says, oh, the birds are tweeting, the sun's out, it's a beautiful day, the world didn't end when I signed Obamacare, he knows full well it doesn't get phased in until the next 2 to 5 years. It starts getting phased in 2 years. More deception. So he comes out and says something similar, very deceptive, using psych warfare. He comes out and says, you are the government. So when you criticize the government, you criticize the people. Really, is the government, Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan and others, being the biggest contributors to both parties? Offshore banks stealing trillions from us? That'd be like the Greece government saying, don't criticize the banks. They're your government. They represent you. This is democracy. By the way, the Greeks did create democracy, 2,600 years ago. They had a bucket for black stones and a bucket for white stones. And only the landed, wealthy, gentry class was allowed to vote, A. B, they would have votes almost every day, and sometimes they would have a vote on, are we going to kill this philosopher who's been criticizing the government? And they would go have a vote, and they'd say, yes, we're going to kill him. And so they would grab him and throw him off a cliff. Many famous cases of that. Their favorite way to kill someone was to throw them off a 700-foot cliff. That's how they did it, throwing people off.